Yeah, guys, as you mentioned, Governor Newsom defeated that recall in pretty much a landslide. Here at the Registrar of Voters office, they're still counting ballots. They want to make sure that every vote counts, but the results so far are showing us that 58% of San Diegans voted against the recall and 41% voted to recall the governor. So where does that leave the Republican Party of California? Out of the 3 supervisor seats that were up for grabs, none of them have officially been called just yet. But here's what we do know. We know that District 1 is going to flip from Republican to Democrat because there were 2 Democratic candidates there. And District 3, which both Democrats and Republicans had a very close eye on, is looking like it's overwhelmingly going in favor of the Democratic candidate, Tara Lawson-Remer.
Wanted to be able to take care of their employees.
We appreciate your response, and we have so much to get to right now. It's actually time for our rapid fire round. Gentlemen, Mr. Campanajar, sure. Just a minute. We're trying to move on to a new topic. So it's quick questions with quick answers, please. Would you have voted to impeach the president? Mr. Campanajar, let's start with you. Well, by declaring this public health emergency, public health officials are hoping that San Diego County might be able to get its hands on more vaccines and also more funding options to potentially combat the outbreak that we've seen globally. Like most college campuses across the United States, it's completely empty. With American companies laying off 22 million workers in the last month, seniors looking for a job right now are worried it might not be the best timing. Think about the optics of using people in uniform against Americans who are exercising their First Amendment rights, and protesting is just mind-boggling. We've been watching the ongoing situation at the border with the influx of unaccompanied minors, and the federal government simply doesn't have the capacity at the facilities they're currently using to house all of them. So now San Diego is stepping up. Many of the victims are describing similar stories. 3 burglars entering the home, going to the master bedroom area, stealing jewelry boxes, safes, and cash, and then leaving the home to a getaway car that's waiting outside. This race is going to feel very familiar to the voters in the South Bay. The incumbent candidate, Vivian Moreno, is running against the same candidate as in the 2018 election, Antonio Martinez. The 2018 election was extremely close. Moreno won with 51% of the vote. Well, we're awaiting the numbers from the county to be released for today to see if that's really a growing trend or if that was sort of an outlier. Meanwhile, the CDC has released new guidance for quarantine guidelines, saying that anyone who tests positive who is asymptomatic will now have to quarantine for 5 days instead of 10. All right, and Ms. Bree, we want to give you an opportunity to talk about how you would tackle the homelessness crisis here in our city. You never know who you're going to meet on the side of the road, and in the middle of a pandemic, a chance encounter seems even more unlikely. But this is a story about the lengths you'll go for love and the kindness of a stranger.
She was shocked by that. I bet she was.
You wouldn't know it if you saw them, but Rich Farmer and Mike Kane have only known each other for 6 days.
I was hitchhiking. I wanted to go to the 99-cent store.
Yeah, you heard that right. 93-year-old Mike Kane was hitchhiking last Tuesday down the road from his retirement community in San Marcos.
I paused. I'm like, is that guy hitchhiking? So I made a U-turn immediately, went back, and I asked him if he was okay.
That's when he met Rich Farmer. Farmer gave him a lift to the 99-cent store.
I got some hand sanitizer for you, Mike.
After thoroughly sanitizing his car, of course, and was shocked when he found out that Kane just wanted to buy chocolate bars for the love of his life. A nightly tradition the couple shares.
But we don't eat the whole bar. We just eat a couple of them.
Farmer and Kane hit it off. Kane called him up and asked him if he could take him grocery shopping.
He's very unique. I've gotten rides before like that, but they take me and drop me. But that Rick, he does it 100%. Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah, that'll work.
It's an unlikely friendship, but Farmer says there was just something about Kane that drew him in.
I was amazed. I'm like, you know, this guy must really be in love with this guy.
At the drop-off, Farmer got to meet that gal of Kane's.
He can go wherever he wants to go. I'd probably have to send the police after him.
The couple say they're touched by Farmer's generosity.
There aren't that many people like Rick in the world.
A new friendship and a forever love. Priya Sridhar, NBC 7. 24-year-old Zion Clark is used to the double takes and the stairs.
Because you gotta think, my arms are my arms and my legs all at the same time.
Born with caudal regression syndrome, which impairs the development of the lower body, he's gone through life without legs.
It's a very rare abnormality. That's a hard word.
He laughs about it now, but it wasn't always an easy road. Clark was in the foster system for over a decade, where he says he was physically abused, underfed, and bullied in school.
People never used to treat me with respect or even like human.
But that changed when a teacher introduced him to wrestling. He fell in love with the sport, but it wasn't an easy start.
For about 10 years, I lost consecutively over and over and over and over and over. Only reason I stayed is because I had friends.
It was friends who kept him in the gym, and through hard work, he became one of the best wrestlers in the state of Ohio.
I don't care about winning. I care about going out there and feeling accomplished and learning something new and taking something away from every match.
He was recruited to wrestle in college and then went on to become the Guinness World Record holder for the fastest 20-meter walk on 2 hands. Now Clark has a new dream: to become the first American to qualify for both the Olympics and Paralympics in 2 separate sports, wrestling and wheelchair racing.
Because I'm already at the level when I'm running with the best professionals in the world, but that's not enough. Running with them is cool, but beating them is a whole different story. And that's where I'm trying to get to this next couple of years.
Go.
Clark has been an inspiration to millions around the world, and his story has been featured in a Netflix documentary. His advice to others: live by his motto, no excuses.
And I had to just make up my mind to work hard and get stronger. And that's all it is. You have to break that mental block. You have to shatter your own glass ceilings.
Proving that nothing is impossible if you work harder than anyone else. Priya Sridhar,
Oh, yeah.
NBC 7.